Hello and happy Transfer Tuesday. Transfer Tuesday is the day of the week where we move our money in the right direction, no matter which financial goal we are going after, and no matter how much we can afford to transfer or contribute. If you've never heard of Transfer Tuesday before, or if you just want to know more about it, definitely check out my description box. In my description box, you'll also find a link to my Etsy shop, and I have a number of digital downloads, specifically Google Sheets templates, but there's also a template for tracking all of your transfers for Transfer Tuesday. But really, with Transfer Tuesday, we're transferring any day of the week, but I just make a video on Tuesdays. Today's video is going to be a very short one because I have not made any transfers over the last week aside from earlier today, and I'm going to go over those, but then I'm also going to make another transfer for this video. Currently, I am focusing on my business sinking fund. I want to save $4,000 for this account so that I can have some backup money for my business expenses. And as of last Transfer Tuesday, I reached $800 in this account. And then earlier today, I did make a couple of transfers, but they just came from other sinking funds in my high yield savings account. Like those just had extra funds and I didn't realize it, so I moved them over. So one transfer was $75, and that came from my sabbatical sinking fund. It was still called that, but it was actually my beauty sinking fund before, and I had renamed it because I moved money because y'all know I finished my beauty sinking fund earlier this month, and I forgot to shut off my $75 auto savings, so that got $75 earlier on in the week that I didn't even realize, but I didn't want the $75 sitting in that account. So one, I did go ahead and cancel the auto savings because that was happening the 16th of every month for $75, but then that's where the $75 came from, and I moved it over to this business sinking fund. Next transfer was $58, and this came from my 2024 Roth IRA savings. This had over $58 in it because of the interest that accrued while I had the $7,000 in that account. So I did, a couple of weeks ago, I maxed out my Roth IRA. I had pulled $7,000 out of that sinking fund, but there were still, all I needed was $7,000, of course. So the balance that I left behind was $58, and I wanted to put that toward this because I, again, didn't realize, I did realize it, but I didn't think about moving it, but I was like, I would rather just go ahead and move it, so that's why it's a random 58. But those are the only two transfers that I've made, and now I'm going to go ahead and do a transfer. It is going to be a pretty big one, just because this is kind of confusing, but I got paid out from YouTube the other day. Was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. That money was supposed to go to my new business checking account, but there's this payment section on AdSense where you can set up payment from AdSense, but also from YouTube AdSense, because they're two different things, but within the same Google login, whatever. Well, I changed my bank for AdSense. This is displaying ads on a blog or website or whatever, but I didn't change my bank account for YouTube. I thought I did. I thought that's what I was doing, but I didn't. So it went to my regular bank account, which is fine. January, as far as my business goes and stuff, I'll talk more about this, but now I filed an LLC, and now I'm filing as an S Corp, so I have a video coming out later this week where I talk more about how this is changing things, but now I'm going to be on payroll from my business, so this kind of disrupted things, but it's fine because it's the first month, and I did move some money from my main personal checking account to my business checking account, but this was one of my largest YouTube paychecks, so there was quite a bit, and that's why I'm able to make a larger transfer. It's okay if none of that makes sense, but yeah, and kind of just prefacing what's going to come in my video, my February budget on Friday, and you'll see what I mean by that. Things are going to start to get easier as time passes because I just need to get everything settled and figured out with this whole business change. But anyways, this is just coming from my main checking account, going to my business sinking fund, and I'm going to do a transfer of $567. And I will pop that confirm page up on the screen as I confirm. And I'm going to summarize everything by popping up my Transfer Tuesday tracker up on the screen. One thing I did forget to mention is I do have auto transfers, like I was talking about with the beauty sinking fund. I had $75 every month, but I shut that off today. But I do still have auto savings set for my car maintenance, car insurance, gifts, and stuff like that. Those are transfers that I don't ever talk about just because there's not really an end goal in mind. It's just for me to continue saving. So to me, it doesn't count as it does count, of course it counts. It's me saving, but it's just not something I usually mention for Transfer Tuesdays. but I did include it in this tracker, so I added $350. That usually happens, it's always on the 16th of the month, but usually it like processes within a day, so that came through on the 17th, plus I didn't mention it last week. So $350 went to my car maintenance sinking fund. So obviously my main focus area is my business sinking fund. To summarize, I did save $700 to this account just today. I now have a total of $1,500 in this account, which is good because that was my goal for January. I wanted to put $1,500 to this, and that means I'll probably be able to put more to it for the rest of the month. And that means I am $2,500 away from reaching my $4,000 goal. That's it for me. Please comment down below what you did to move your money in the right direction for today's Transfer Tuesday. Otherwise, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really supports my channel, and I'll see you in my next one.